Hey guys, what's up? It's Clary Berry and I'm here today to bring to you Divine Masculine reading. I feel like this is the reading that somebody's been waiting for, so welcome. This is a general reading. Take what resonates, ditch what doesn't. I have personal readings available, claryberry.com, links in the description box below. Nothing is set in stone. Nothing. People think there's some force that has control all over this world and they're all working in cahoots and there's a certain outcome, and they almost get so woke that they forget that they are creators, and so they're repeating things that they're told to repeat even though they don't want to see that. Well, here's the clue: if you don't want to see it, don't focus on it. There's no giving up till the very end here, okay? This is a big deal. There's a big storm going on, okay? But going within is our key. Going within will keep things from happening that, certain people think are just gonna happen, okay? Got our tiger. I feel like we've had tiger energy. Where's this deja vu coming from with this tiger? You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. This is coming through very strong, and I know this comes through for people, that kind of hang out around here. People, some of our types, it's like if you have that difference, from other people, it just starts to become more apparent that, you need to help. You need to reach out, speak out, provide leadership, whatever that means for you. And I don't think that there's, this thing where, it has to wait. You have to be, be responsible, be smart, but don't be afraid. Okay. Trust that you're capable of doing so. Excuse me. So we have the Two of Swords and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so just gonna go with this as I think important. We've got two aces, okay, and they could be they could be either, in the future a little bit more. This could be in the future. This could be the now, basically, instead of the past, how we usually do it here, okay? And also this energy, because nothing is set in stone. Again, things can be moving around rather quickly, okay? So Lord of Peace is restored. Okay, there's calm. There's calm again. Something's leveling out, okay, for Divine Masculine. And in as much as we've already been having so many new beginnings, we're having more new beginnings. And also this talks to the leadership of Divine Masculine as well. How he's or she, is influencing people. The authority positions that we have coming through major here, okay? But again, in order to be a leader, you really have to have all your ducks in a row. And I think that the side of Divine Masculine that is more emotional here, okay, and the side that is together kind of in the relationship, and just the extremes out of the relationship, just extreme sides of Divine Masculine, there's a learning, there's a growth. There may have been issues, again, with not paying attention to our emotions, Divine Masculine not being in touch with their emotions enough, not knowing how to balance those out, especially in times when, you get that extreme feeling. I mean, this is very common. Somebody starts feeling in an extreme way, they act in a way, but now there's this capability and determination to, get something good out of it, to get the lesson, get the good, and move on and become a better person. That's the energy that I'm getting through with Divine Masculine. So again, for Divine Feminine watching this, for Divine Masculine, you may not know a lot of this stuff that's going on. It's very possible that you do, and that's great. But don't feel bad either way, because sometimes, the Divine Masculine just has drama and issues that they don't want to put into the mix. They don't want to put it on you, okay? So coming through, there is this focus, on success, on this new beginning that I think Divine Masculine is, kind of has to go with, but kind of is also really wanting to do something in a new way, wanting to kind of get to the bottom of things. And again, that is just the attitude that Divine Feminine should take as well. It's kind of like, we're about to get a grade soon. I feel like we're about to get a grade soon. We're going to be tested soon. So we need to cram and make sure that we've learned what we need to learn, for the test. And again, part of the test is, being able to lead others. And I know that it's just one of those things. It's about, you have to be able to balance out your extreme emotions, start with things before they build up. You have to be on the ball in all of your energies, from your mental to your emotional. And that's the part that sometimes that divine masculine misses. And on the other hand, divine feminine will sometimes get more emotional and less in her head. So there's the crossing, the matching, and the filling, the role that the other one doesn't have. Sometimes that sort of thing is going on. Okay. But again, we have Lord of the Root of the powers of water and Lord of the Root of the powers of air. Again, so this is the first step, that's going to create, this is going to be the roots, of the plant that, the little seed sprouted, and then everything's going to grow so much. And I think you are going to look back on this time and know that, and divine masculine is going to look back on this time and know that they had to do what they had to do. It had to happen. Sometimes, and that's the thing that I think either divine masculine consciously or subconsciously realizes that. And that, again, that you're safe and that you're protected and that you can really make a lot of change right now. Okay? So, let's see what else is going on. A little bit more recently, a little bit in the now. Are we feeling stuck? Are we feeling unsure, like things aren't quite making sense? They almost are, but they're still almost too similar to the old, and you just want to learn more, you want to grow more, you want to evolve more right now, I think is a lot of the drive here. You're kind of, again, divine masculine might be really sick of that old person that he was. It doesn't really want to just be that anymore. It wants to be more. Okay? There is a learning, that comes through with all of this turmoil, trauma, things as imbalances that might have happened in the past in our lives. And it's good to reflect on those. Okay? It's always good to reflect on the past. But you also have to kind of relate it, again, know how to relate it to really the present moment and what is going on, what you're actually doing. What are you doing with all that knowledge? What are you doing with, it's like, yeah, it's kind of like coming through. It's the difference between people are like woke, but then they don't do anything for the world. Like if you're woke, then you're going to do something. It's going to change your behavior. If you're born again, that's what born again means. Like you have a new life. And it seems to me like divine masculine is kind of just gathering this wisdom, and is kind of learning how to act with that wisdom in mind. It's a process. It's a new thing. And in the same, you would expect that some part of divine feminine is also doing the same thing. Okay. So again, I think there's this drive, to want to, it's almost like be smart, think smart, act smart, and be more emotionally logical. It's almost like there might be this pullback where divine masculine doesn't really like, that those floodgates had opened and that things are changing emotionally, and they kind of want to stabilize and they kind of want to just be that logical, side. And, but they also know that they have to kind of keep control and really a balance is a more accurate term, a balance of the emotions, balancing the emotions is key. So it's really about finding, things that are truly positive for you in your life that really do help you, be in your higher power, feel a good feeling, help others, connect with, keep your health up, like things like hobbies and things that are truly good for you are really important for divine masculine right now. Okay. And there is this element, like a true knowing how to have fun, a true knowing how to just chill, just be cool. You know what I mean? The Lord of Peace restored, remembering who you really are and not who you always maybe thought you had to be a certain way. We need to really check that okay? And it's always good to go into, some shadow work as well. Really be able to check yourself, okay? Blended pleasure, Lord of blended pleasure. Again, you're not always having to have the most pleasurable day or night ever in your life, because you know that if you do that, then you're going to be taking away probably money, energy, resources, health, possibly, from other days of your life. Like, let's just make every day pretty good rather than trying to make one day the best day of your life. You know what I mean? Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, very interesting. There might be an instability, a feeling of instability for the Divine Masculine, as he's really in a new place, really seeing things in a new way. May have physically, moved to a different place. Okay, feeling a lot for Divine Masculine. Again, they're kind of feeling a lot of emotions right now. And again, they may be trying not to, and some may be more successful than others. Okay, but we need to, if we're going to be a leader, we have to accept that side of ourselves. We have to work with it, not against it. Okay. So we are going to look at, blockages here coming through. Now we have justice. So that's interesting, but I'm getting fear from that as well. So it might be like a fear of justice. But let's start off with our devil card. Now, this is in reverse. So I think very, very, very important again. We need to make sure, and what we've been doing, here is being latched onto things, possibly out of fear. It could be control. There could be control issues here. Okay. There is absolutely like kind of something that's lurking in the shadows, might be some anger, issues that haven't been cleared up. And it's kind of like, don't be scared of that again. Don't be scared that that is there. All we need to do is do the work and hear what's coming through. For Divine Feminine, it seems like sometimes we have this vibe. It's like, oh, let's do the work and everything will get better, and it's sweet. But here it's almost like dang guys, come on. Like we have to do more work. We have to have it shine over. It's got to be fair. Everything is going to come out in the wash. Nothing is set in stone. There's absolutely up in the air energy right now. Anything could happen. So many different timelines that we could be choosing. Okay? But are we going to be smart and be in touch with our intuition? The Divine Masculine needs training. And so the more that Divine Masculine needs to go within, the more, again, Divine Feminine also needs to go within. This is just, there's something, again, that we're holding on to big time, okay? Holding on to it, probably don't even realize it, don't even know it, but it's causing the anger issues, okay? It's causing the instability. It's causing the bad habits. It's causing the self-doubt. It's causing the feeling, the not good enough, the feelings you never want to, and shame over the past, okay? We are able to move on, and we need to. We need to be able to see things in a completely new way, and going within is, going to help with the way that you feel about yourself emotionally, and the way that Divine Masculine feels about themselves emotionally. So again, I bid you, be gentle. Be gentle with your person. Be gentle with your people. Be their rock and let them know. Like, who else is going to be that person for them? They may have really close people in their lives, but when it all comes out in the wash, it's going to be like you just knew, you were able. It's, in a way, it's very miraculous, okay? To be that logical and that stable, even though you may have a lot of emotional things going on, even though something may hurt you, not worrying about yourself, swallowing that pill for the good of the rest of the tribe or the partnership. Wow, I'm getting chills. Saving your pleasure, blended pleasure here. Again, there's a logical element, there's a reasonable, in it for the long term, making it work, sharing your emotions, feeling your emotions just enough to get the good. There's a lesson in all of our emotions. And so if divine feminine, can talk about that, think about that, focus on that, communicate that, do video, I don't care. Get this out there for the people in your lives, okay? And this is a very strong position, for divine feminine to be in here, to be able to almost hold that fort down for her divine masculine. But it is, in a way, there's a fairness here. There's a again, I don't know, once you get into like the psyche a little bit more and into the subconscious with your shadow work, you just kind of start to know, well, that wasn't really me, or this, again, sort of like the idea that some of this stuff just needed to happen. I was off track. That's why that happened. A full understanding, like a really deep, this isn't the first time you've thought through this thing in the past. Now you're going to really be able to understand it. So again, divine masculine might be going through a time where they are revisiting a lot of their past. And again, it's helping them to want to start new. Sometimes when, again, in between 0, like 10 and 1 or whatever on the cycle, there's that 0 point where it's like a reset. And this is kind of that opportunity for divine masculine, okay? But we also want to, again, just pay attention to the emotions, pay attention to the intuition. And that's what's going to help you kind of push everything out, go in the right direction, have, this kind of control, again, like of what you want to happen. And it's really kind of a rebirth. And there's going to be a lot of things in your life that are going to change as well, as this inner change. So divine masculine, again, there's nothing. That's the whole energy here at the end too. You may have been doing things a certain way for a really long time. But with our new moon, again, I keep referring back to this new moon because it was a big one. In March, late March, 22nd or 24th, 23rd or 24th, the moon was in Aries and it was big. And we have Saturn movement that is going to be, we're in the age of Aquarius, in Saturn now. So much Aquarius energy still, although our moon is moving into Pisces today. Instead of having moon, Mars and Saturn, we have just Mars and Saturn. But anyway, this 35 years. Like, you might have been doing something the same way and doing something for a very long time, much of this 35 years, you know what I mean? And now we're going to let it go. We're going to let go. And we know that we have to. We know that it's the right thing to do. And we're finding this strength. We have this strength. And I also think that having the divine feminine there and that unconditional love on whatever level, really can help the divine. Like, you are their strength. Again, divine feminine is divine masculine strength here. And again, you may not be able to see the future very well right now. The future, like what's actually going to happen, is up to the wind. It's not up to the wind. It's up to you. And if you take the advantage, get on the advantage here. Again, watch all the shadow work playlists. Go to claryberry.com. Check out the program that I have. I also, again, have personal readings available, very inexpensive. And I'm still able to get them done pretty quickly. So within a day or two, 24 to 48 hours tops, I can still get them done. And I usually go over, just so you know. But anyway, you can't necessarily see everything clearly as how the chips are going to fall in certain ways, but you can still influence the energy, and remember, it's your mental and your emotional and your actions, your physical action energy over time that adds up to be what you get back. That adds up to be your karma. So we need to avoid, we need to dissect, we need to get in there and figure out our 10 of Swords. We've been carrying this around, and don't just put it on divine masculine, because this is not just divine masculine, although divine masculine still needs, to do work on it. And divine masculine, the way they work it out, and process it, You know, they may be a little immature at doing that. They may not know how to do that. So again, any example that we can give, any energy into learning that and studying that and getting deep into that and meditating on that, and sending, don't ever feel, afraid of sending energies and sending wisdom and prayers, to your person all the time, just to raise that vibration, of everything. It's the way we think about things. Again, that's always the first step. So we want to go step by step. We want to learn step by step. We want to know that we're doing the right thing. Okay, because all of this is very important. This is our spirituality and our relationship, both of which are extremely important. Again, and that vibe that we carry ourselves on is really going to tell us, it's really going to decide what happens next. Again, because remember the ball's in the air here? The ball's in the air, spinning around, it's working itself out. All of a sudden it's going to stop and it's going to be, okay, here, this is what you get. You know what I mean? Like, this is your energy. It's like a slot machine, going around and around and around and around. What are you going to get? What are you going to get? Don't even know, but wait a second, it's coming. Okay. So again, there's a lot of leeway. Learning about the holistic law of attraction is good too. I have shadow work playlist and I have a law of attraction playlist. Most of the holistic law of attraction is in the program as well. Program's 30 videos. It goes from holistic law of attraction to shadow work to inner child healing. Okay. So again, be open to new ways of thinking, open to new ways of seeing yourself, open to new ways of acting and reciprocating. Like, it's kind of coming through as like matching people. And, I think that the relationship is going to be really good influence for divine masculine, especially if divine feminine can really stay in this healing side and her strength. You know what I mean? She needs to level, like, we need to level up here. We need to take a big step and we need to do what is right. Do what is right. You know what's right. Something has been bugging you maybe about this. Okay. And then of course the shadow work is an extension of that, like getting down in there and making things right that are energies that you're carrying. It's almost like parasites. It's like getting rid of the dang parasites from the past. And they latch onto our energy. They latch onto our emotional energy, our mental energy. They can start to latch onto our physical bodies as well. Okay. These are things we don't want to be ruling our lives, and they do, because they get into the subconscious. They crawl in there. Ew, it's so gross, but it's really, I think, effective. Again, the shadow work is where it's at. That is the going within that we need to focus on. We might have been doing it, but get out a paper and pencil. Do it thoroughly. Do a big one. You know what I mean? Let's just jump in there, because we got to make a splash. We got to really make a splash. And if you keep doing shadow work and you're not getting there, you're not quite there yet, go deeper into the inner child healing. Again, that's at my program at claryberry.com. Okay, so specifically, again, I want to look at it a little bit deeper here into the actual solutions that we need to be focusing on. Okay, Six of Cups, focus on the love, guys. Focus on the love. Focus on the good times. Focus on the comfort, the magic. You can focus on the sex if you want to. Focus on that loyalty, that bond. Just focus on that and be confident as hell in that, no matter what. Okay, no matter what. This is a guide. This is a spiritual path. You are so incredibly blessed. Meditating on that purpose. Meditating on the purpose of the twin flame situation that you're in. Meditating again we talked about going to the past, checking out the past. Yes, meditating on the past. Why? Knowing everything about the union, about knowing them inside out. Okay? You probably do, in a way, probably more than a lot of people, maybe more than anyone. Okay? Focus on that bond. Focus on that love. Okay? Again, loyalty. You have their back. You speak well about them. You think well about them. You meditate. Again, where is it going? You don't need to have all the answers and figure it out. And your emotions are going to help guide you, so you can't cut them off. Okay? And doing the shadow work helps guide you as well. Again, this is about going within and using that intuition, maybe some psychic energy here. Pray that we are getting psychic energy, from the angels to our divine masculine to help and guide them at this time in, only with the energies of love and light. In God's name. This is the type of thing all the time, send them that loving because I think, again, they are kind of maybe going through this something, and it's, whatever that happened, again, it's on the right track. It's leading to the right direction. It might have been, not the most fortunate of circumstances to figure it out, but again, you just got to do what you got to do and learn. And we know that we do the same thing. And, again, there's the stability of the relationship that is great in the underground. Again, it's not going to be spoken all the time. It's not going to be shown out in outwardly materialistic ways like other people like to show their love. It might not be like that. And we can't focus on that. We've got to be that rock. We've got to be that, have that bond, and have that unconditional love, because that's what's real. That's what's real. We can't focus on the bullshit, or we're going to get bullshit. You got to focus on the reality of the situation. The reality is the spiritual reality here too. Okay, so it's very important, again, to stay close to, your inner child, your spiritual side. You own it. This is just owning it. The powers that be in this world, they want to take us away from our spiritual gifts. And we can't have that. And that's why we don't consume their products. That's why we're not sitting here eating cheesy poofs and KFC all day, right? We protect ourselves. We protect all of our energies. And we only put love and light and not cruelty and death into our bodies. And that is how we turn a new leaf, okay? And we are turning new leaves in lots of ways, but we are evolving. And again, the purpose here is to be open. Again, these past 35 years in Saturn, that's our structures, that's our government, that's our everything. And that's why it's all crashing down now. A lot of structures are crashing right now because of that Saturn change. And that's how everybody knew, all of this stuff was going to happen. But again, I'm more about personal planets because I feel that's what goes on personally. So that's what's going on between you and your person. That's why I talk about those planets more. You know what I mean? We have a lot that we can affect. The work we do now, today, right now, can and will affect your future. Don't take it for granted. Don't take your own power for granted. You're not a leader for others. You're a leader in your own life. So stand up, be strong, and take the reins. Okay? Where's the chariot going? Where is everybody going? You are helping to guide that. You choose. You're in this is complete free will here. Okay? Don't complain or you'll go insane. That's my new rhyme. You have to stay focused on the positive, focus on the growth. How are you getting better than yesterday in some way? Keeping charts, whatever, that can be great if that's your jam. But again, in a way, we're going to be in this imaginative moon of Pisces for the next couple of days, right? And we need to surrender. You need to surrender to what is going on, surrender emotionally to not fighting everything and not being in denial about things, okay? Surrendering into this new flow as well, okay? Surrendering into being just in that emotional state that some people, don't like that, okay? But we need to practice. Again, you need to practice being in that emotional state. You need to practice feeling those feelings so that you can pay attention to them. Use them as the tool that they are. Again, learn more at the program at claryberry.com. You can email me if you have any questions. Everything's down below or at the claryberry.com. And again, I have personal readings, and I also have you can find me all over social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest, and all the links are at, again, claryberry.com. So check it. I hope you guys are staying well. Do what you can, okay? Inside and out. Stay positive. Create that bubble. Wrap yourself in that bubble. Send that bubble around your person. Nothing bad can come in and only good stuff can come out. This is how we raise the vibration of the world. We are transmuting energy as we speak and helping others to raise their vibration. You are very, very necessary, and I'm glad that you are here. So stay on purpose. Much love, many blessings. I will talk to you guys very, very soon.